harvesting has been done, and quite a good number of the farmers have doubled their yield.
Tulifundishwa ni nzuri, wale watakubali kufuata hii mradi watafaidika.
Siwezi kurudi mahali nilikuwa kwa sababu niko na kisomo, wanatusomeza na bila nilisoma ndio nitaendelea na kulima bila walitusomeza.
Unajua hiyo wamama ukiwa na chakula hata anapenda sana, lakini ukiwa na kula chakula nasema hata ya kitu uliuza unaona laini lakini
niko na mapato juu, hekima niko naye, tena bei iko juu. Sasa nikaona KCEP iko juu.
Kama sasa nikiuza, si mimi nitapata hata shuti hata tai.
Hata sasa ukimuuliza, alipenda mimi sana. Sahihi kwa sababu tuna chakula ya uto.
Mtu atakuwa na stress ya nini? Uko na chakula, uko na pesa, uko na raha, na shamba tayari, Mungu amekusaidia uko nayo. Sasa hata stress itakuwa ya nini?
These are the stories of some of the families whose lives have been changed through the Kenya Cereal Enhancement Program, KCEP. Before the program, things were not the way they are now. Kenya imports up to 20% of its annual cereal requirements. Even in bumper harvest years, Kenya is still a food deficit country. An estimated 47% of the rural population has insufficient food to meet their daily energy requirements. Production of main cereal commodities like maize, sorghum and millet is limited by low adoption of improved seed varieties, inadequate fertilizer use, poor processing and storage, and poor soil and water management. With one of the highest population growth rates on Earth and threatened by the effects of climate change, Kenya is fast becoming a hungry nation. In 2015, the government of Kenya, in line with its agricultural sector development strategy, rolled out Kenya Cereal Enhancement Program, KCEP, a public-private partnership with the European Union, International Fund for Agriculture Development, and Equity Bank. At the beginning, KCEP, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries, identified 8 counties which would receive program support. These included Bungoma, Kakamega, Nakuru, Nandi and Trans Nzoia counties, which are in the maize production zones, and Embu, Kitui and Tharaka Nithi counties, which lie in the semi-arid areas, mainly growing sorghum and millet.
The program is unique in that it has on board many partners. We have Equity Bank for financial support, delivery of financial support. We have Agriculture Market Development Trust, AGMAC, who participates in building the capacity of agro dealers. We have the Kenya Agriculture and Livestock Research Organization, whose main role is technology development and dissemination. And other players like the county governments. Our county governments just basically take part in the mobilization of farmers at different stages of the program.
The overall development objectives were to contribute to national food security by increasing production of maize, sorghum, millet and associated pulses, and increase incomes of smallholder farmers in medium and high potential areas. Another objective was to support smallholder farmers in graduating from subsistence to commercial agriculture. Building on lessons learned from the National Accelerated Agricultural Inputs Access Program (NIAP) and capitalizing on unmet demand for maize, sorghum and millet, KCEP supported smallholder farmers in graduating from subsistence agriculture to commercial farming using the value chain approach.
This is a program that was started in 2015, and it's implemented through 3 components, where the first component is the cereal enhancement, productivity. The second component is post-harvest management and market linkages. The third component is financial services.
In Western region, we're promoting maize and beans. In Eastern region, we are promoting sorghum, millet, and pigeon peas and green grounds. There are constraints along the value chain of these crop enterprises. They have challenges to do production. There are challenges to do with post-harvest management. There have challenges to do with financing up to the market. So our strategy in KCEP, we want to strengthen the value chain to make it more efficient and profitable to the farmer.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries is the lead implementing agency responsible for overall management, coordination and oversight of the program, assisted by a project coordination unit. County agricultural officers, together with service providers and lead farmers, are in the front lines to make sure that the program components are translated into concrete gains in farmers' lives.
This program actually linking it to the youths and women, to me, I find it very, 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 very good. And we are really in support of it. The county is ready. Our governor is somebody who is very humble and really understand the problem.
And one of the activities that the KCEP program is doing in the county is to promote productivity, and it is complementing the activities of the county. And the other issue which the KCEP is doing is to empower the farmers with inputs, which, as we know, inputs are always a problem with the farmers. In as much as we want to increase productivity, when farmer is not enabled with the inputs, he may not be able to achieve the target.
Ile nataka kushika ni namna hii. Tunaambia watu wapande mapema. Na saa nyingine mapema mvua haijaanza kunyesha. Tunaelewana. Ukiona mvua haijaanza kunyesha, unapanda mapema, hautakikani kuanza kuweka fertilizer na uweke mahindi.
At the very beginning of the process, farmers were selected.
Normally this is done through community mobilization and participation through farmer barazas, where a farmer has to have 1 acre to be able to participate in this program. A farmer is not benefiting from another program, and a farmer is also already using inputs, but under than the recommended.
KCEP then worked with and through different partners to push farmers and other stakeholders through life-changing transformation. After farmers apply, the lists are drawn by the selection committee and put at the chief's office for the rest of the community to point out any undeserving farmers.
The Category 1 farmers are those smallholders farming on 1 to 2 acres but are unable to procure the inputs that are required. We also had Category 2 who are also applying at the same time, and these are farmers who are able to access or to procure the quality inputs, but they still have a challenge with post-harvest handling.
The lists are then taken back to the selection committee, and any undeserving farmers identified by the community are dropped. Those that remain are vetted further so as to attain the target number. The list is then forwarded to the Program Coordination Unit, who forward it to Equity Bank. Equity Bank verifies the beneficiary details before starting the enrollment process.
The review from the bank involves screening the list against the Integrated Population Registration System, what we call the IPRS, and this is a system that ensures that every farmer that is picked to be given inputs at the KCEP is actually a bona fide registered Kenyan, because we are dealing with public money and we have to take care of the public money.
We got the list back, did the replacements that we had to do because we had a reserve list of those who were qualified but did not fit into the target number. And then the farmers were invited to get enrolled by Equity Bank Limited.
Enrollment of farmers happens at the grassroots, right where the farmers are. At this stage, farmers come with their identity cards, plus 10% of the cost of inputs to be given. This is to foster ownership of the program. Each farmer opens an e-voucher account, and they are issued with an e-voucher debit card.
While the farmers were enrolling, we invited agro dealers to a meeting, did the sensitization, and then invited them to apply if they wished to participate in the program.
The lists of interested agro dealers is forwarded to the Program Coordination Unit, who forward the same to Equity Bank to verify that all requirements are met. Those agro dealers who meet the criteria are enrolled to source inputs from bulk suppliers and stock them for farmers to access.
Under this program, we are giving them a complete package of seeds. We are giving them fertilizer. We are giving them, the farm chemicals. We are also giving them a post-harvest equipment, and this is to ensure that farmers have the entire package that will make them, move from level 1 to level 2. Important here also, it's good to mention that in this region, farmers have not been using fertilizer, and part of this program is to ensure that we give them the fertilizer with a view to seeing that production goes high.
People with agriculture backgrounds were also invited to apply to be service providers for the KCEP program. Once selected, the service providers were capacity built by the Kenya Agriculture and Livestock Research Organization (KALRO) on various subjects relevant to the KCEP program.
We had to develop the training manuals, and we had to develop also curriculums that would be used to train the trainers. They trained, again, field staff to be able to go out and now train continuously the farmers that had been selected to host the e-voucher activities.
Once the service providers are trained, ward agricultural officers mobilize farmers, putting them into groups who are then assigned service providers to train them.
Under component 1, we are working with three main partners. We are working with the Agriculture Market Development Trust, that is AGMAC. This is for training of agro dealers, capacity building of agro dealers, and accreditation.
We mainly mobilize farmers so that farmers are able to come together like on such a day for them to have an open day where they are able to learn and see the technologies which are available that can enhance their production, particularly looking at the target crops which can do well in this particular region. Farmers are able to see the demo plots. They are able also to meet the supply companies, where we also invite the suppliers of the various products of seed companies, agrochemical companies, fertilizer companies, and other farm equipment and tools, so that on such a day they also have an opportunity now to train the farmers on their range of products, so as they prepare maybe for the next planting season.
County agricultural extension officers and service providers work with farmers throughout the production process, from land preparation and planting.
Tukapanda mahindi ikakuwa vizuri. Ilipofika kiwango cha kufikia magoti hivi, tukapewa CN kilo 50. Tukachukua pia kwa Agrofed, agro dealers, tukaswap ile kadi yetu, inatoa fertilizer 50 kilos. Nashukuru mahindi ilikuwa mzuri sana, ilinawiri, ilitoa kala nzuri na ilionyesha dalili nzuri ya kuzaa.
Hapo mbeleni wakulima walikuwa wanalima bila fertilizer. Anatoa gunia 1, gunia 5 kwa eka, lakini saa hii ukiangalia wale wametumia fertilizer, mkulima anatoa gunia kutoka 17 kwenda 22.
Dominic Kanyaga is one of the farmers who experienced bumper harvests since KCEP came in. For her, enough food in the home is everything a mother can ask for.
Saidi uko na chakula kwa mboma, wewe unaendelea na kazi yako. Ukiwa una chakula kwa mboma, unatoka, unaanza kazi yako, unaenda kutafuta kibarua. Na unajua ukienda kutafuta kibarua, hiyo kibarua huwezi kukusaidia. Sababu utaenda upate kitu kidogo, huwezi kulipia mtoto karo, ama uende ununue nguo, mboma itakuwa inafinyilika sana. Lakini ukiwa na vitu yako kwa mboma, unatoa, unaenda unauza, unapeleka mtoto shule, unauza, unanunua nguo, unauza, hata unaenda unatafuta tingatingi na kuja na kulimia shamba yako. Na ukapanda mapema na uwezi kukaa na njaa sababu uko na chakula kwa mboma.
Kweli tangu mimi nizaliwe mimi ni mzee. Nilikuwa nalima lakini sijawahi faulu kama mwaka jana. Nilifaulu kupata makunia 24 kwa shamba ambaye ni kama ndoto, ni maajabu. Tangu nianze kulima sijawahi pata mavuno kama hayo.
Mbeleni siku hiyo hesabu iko inaingia. Najaribu kuifanya inakataa. Juu kwa ekari moja natoa kama gunia 6. Nikijaribu kugawa, niko na familia ya watu 7. Nikijaribu kugawa haingii. Nikitaka mahitaji niuze haingii. Sasa singeweza baka kusomesha. Sasa hii niko kijana nataka kupeleka college.
Special focus was given to women-headed households and youth, given the specific constraints they face in accessing agricultural services and inputs.
The whole idea of gender mainstreaming is to ensure that these groups that are disadvantaged are brought on board, and these two groups, especially for us, are women and youth. They are brought on board so that they can participate in decision-making over land, in cultivation, in production, in also managing time, especially that they spent on production.
Under Component 2, we are promoting post-harvest management and market linkages. And this is actually the core of this program, which is the value chain process, where farmers, after coming from their normal production and have increased production, have aggregated into groups. And one of the main benefits that we saw, especially in the last season, after harvest was finalized, farmers were able to bring their production together in village collection centers. And from there, they were able to bargain with maize brokers and merchants on how much their produce would go for.
With increased production, post-harvest handling and marketing have been major challenges faced by smallholder farmers over the years. To ensure that farmers reap the full benefits of their hard work, KCEP capitalizes productivity gains arising from investments made under cereal productivity enhancement by promoting improved on-farm grain handling and management, access to storage and warehouse receipt systems, increasing smallholders' access to markets, and building up their capacities to sell their produce at more favorable terms and prices.
These marketing groups, we are capacity building these groups. We train them on the management, we train them on marketing, we train them on post-harvest issues, and when they come together, we also link them with the bulk buyers so that once they harvest the bumper harvest that we expect them to have, they can now be able to take that to the market with a good price.
The production is increased from the farm, marketing has been facilitated and improved so that the prices and incomes for the farmers have also increased. And the millers are connected, the buyers are connected to the farmers, so that when the farmer plans to plant tomorrow, he knows where am I going to sell my produce.
The profits that come from selling cereals at better prices go a long way towards improving the lives of thousands of families. Sabina Wairimo from Nakuru County is the head of one such family. Widowed in 1993, she has carried the burden of taking care of her 5 children and 5 grandchildren who live with her.
Nimeona faida kwa sababu hiyo mahindi nilipoitengeneza nikaikongoa, niliweza kulipia mtoto, niko na mtoto secondary kwa form 3, na niliweza kumlipia karo yote yake ya term 1. Kwa hivyo tamu hii sioni akifukuzwa. Alafu kulikuwa na pesa ingine ilikuwa inatakikana kwa KCEP. Hiyo kazi yote na hiyo mahindi nimeweza kulipa hata hiyo 40%. Kwa hivyo sina deni kwao. Na nimeweza kulipa ile madeni nilikuwa naye hata kwa duka.
Wale wako kwa vikundi wanaweza kusanya vitu zao, wanaleta hapo kwa store, tunazitafutia soko zikiwa hapo. Hiyo inasaidia mkulima sana. Alafu kitu ingine, anaweza kuja na hiyo mzigo yake, aweke hapo na apate pesa kidogo ya kulipa school fees. Tukingojea tupate market ya kuuza bidhaa zetu kwa store.
Wakati mwingine huwa tunaambiwa vile tutanunuliwa mahindi, lakini wakati huu ni sisi tulikuwa tunasema vile tutauza.
Equity Bank continues to set up and operate the e-voucher system and provide access to financial services to producers and other value chain stakeholders.
You not only give inputs, but we are also able to train farmers, capacity build them in terms of financial services, so that in the final analysis they can get inclusive financial services, so that where they were previously unbanked, they can now be brought into financial inclusion bracket.
Samani sikuwa hata nikijua akaunti ni nini, lakini kwa saa hii kwa sababu ya KCEP nina mipango ya kuwa na account na ninaweka pesa na inanisaidia.
Nimenunua ng'ombe na sijanunua ng'ombe tangu nianze familia, lakini nilisema kwa sababu mwaka huu nimepata, ni lazima niweke hapo kitu. Najua hiyo ng'ombe itakuwa na ikikuwa inaongeza bei yake.
Nilipovuna mahindi yangu gunia 22, sasa tumebaki na mama wawili. So nimeweka magunia mawili, hiyo ingine nimeweka kwa bank. Mwezi wa 3 ujao sasa mtoto anakuja. Kama haitatosha hiyo kulipa hiyo shule, naenda tena kwa bank. Waliniambia wako na hiyo loan ya shule. Naenda naongeza kidogo. Na sitawacha huo mradi wa kupanda vile tulifunzwa na hawa watu wa agriculture, kuweka mahindi moja, maana nilinufaika. Na pamoja nami kunufaika, kuna wengine wamenufaika.
For Roslyn Mideva, money from the sale of cereals helped her to construct a house after her previous house collapsed.
Kuku hii kutembea kwa boma yangu through KCEP. Niko na kuku, mgeni akikuja ninaweza kumchinjia. Mtoto wangu akifukuzwa naweza kulipia. Nyumba yangu ilikuwa imeanguka, nimejengewa na KCEP through mradi. Na ninaongea ya ukweli. Na tunaomba msichezee huyu mradi, mshike na nguvu na mfanye bidii.
We've learned that it is not just enough to give the farmers the inputs, the appropriate inputs and the necessary knowledge. We've learned that it is also necessary to look into aspects of weather and other production-related factors. This is because even after you give farmers the full input support and the knowledge that they require, the season may not necessarily go right based on other weather-related factors. Like in the current just ending season in the eastern region, we had cases of reported crop failures in Kitui County, despite the fact that farmers and everything else. And that is why we are also looking into building the resilience of the farmers so that they are able to produce a crop even in cases where weather is not very favorable.
According to the Stockholm Environment Institute, if climate change in Kenya is not addressed effectively, economic costs of its impacts are estimated to be 3% of the gross domestic product by 2030 and possibly 5% by 2050. To help Kenyan farmers cope with climate change, Kenya Cereal Enhancement Program was expanded to Kenya Cereal Enhancement Program, Climate Resilient Agricultural Livelihoods Program KCEP CRAL, which includes more arid and semi-arid areas across Kenya.
For us as a program, what carries the day is what remains after the program has closed. because we're looking into where we will leave the farmers who are not banked by the time they join the program to remain as banked farmers, that they are able to access even loans once the program has closed. We are also looking into a future where the benefiting farmers will no longer again get into food insecurity, that will continue to be better, their incomes. And we are also looking into a future where the players who have been put on board with the program will continue to invest, including the county governments, so that the agriculture sector continues to prosper.
Even as we relish the gains made under the KCEP program, the more expanded KCEP CRAL program has more work cut out to change the fortunes of smallholder farmers in Embu, Tharaka Nithi, Kitui, Machakos, Makueni, Taita Taveta, Kilifi, and Kwale counties.